Shalom, shalom. I like to start this video by giving all honor, praises, and glory unto Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Warha Kodash. Double honors to my teachers, the elders, apostles, and bishop of Great Millstone, teaching and ruling well. Salutation to the hopeful elect of the house of Israel, those who are keeping the law, statutes, and commandments to the best of their abilities, and patiently awaiting for the Messiah to come and deliver us, which is Yahweh Shai. So let's go into it. Lord willing, this will be an edifying lesson, and let's get into it. So it says here, Proverbs 3:13. Happy is the man that findeth wisdom, and the man that getteth understanding. And we know that the beginning of wisdom is the fear of the Lord, is keeping the commandments, and understanding is to avoid evil, to keep the commandments. So it says here, for the merchandise of it is better than the merchandise of silver, and the gain thereof than fine gold. And why is that? Because through wisdom, through the proper doctrine, through the words of Yahweh Shem Yahushua, you can obtain salvation. You can be delivered out of the second death. You can obtain immortality, a life. You can obtain greater things that whatever this world can offer. The treasure of the Yahweh Hashem Yahushua is greater than whatever the world can offer unto us. So once you found wisdom, through that wisdom, you can obtain salvation. And that is why the gain of it is better than fine gold. She is more precious than rubies, and all things that thou can desired or not to be compared unto her. And that's the difference between this knowledge and whatever the world has to offer. There's nothing above what Yahweh Bashim Yahushua can offer, has prepared for us, that this world can surpass. Okay, there's nothing in this world that can surpass the promises that Yahweh Bashim Yahushua has given unto those that keep His commandments, that fear Him, and that do His will on this earth, man. Okay, and of course it comes with faith. You don't see them yet, but we know that we'll be recompensed for the deeds that we've been doing. All right. So it says here, you see, nothing in this world, nothing that the world can offer, and that's why many people that are in the world, they sell their soul. They end up selling their soul because they have no faith, because they think that this is the end all be all. Okay, they sell their soul to Esau, Edom. They do all sorts of wickedness because they think that money, they think that silver and gold is gonna obtain them salvation, without knowing that it's really the knowledge of the word, the knowledge of the scriptures, that is gonna give you this that's gonna give you a greater benefit at your latter end. Because it doesn't matter the nuclear missiles, when the nuclear missiles is here, when Yahweh Shai comes, you see, when destruction is impending, your riches are not gonna profit you, as it says here in Proverbs 11:4, riches profit not in the day of wrath. Okay, because the nuclear missiles, they don't care if you have $10,000 in your bank account. If you're a millionaire, at the end of the day, once it hits, you're gonna be destroyed. If you don't get beamed up, you're gonna get destroyed in the nuclear fire. Okay, but righteousness deliver it from death. If your righteousness, that goes into fearing Yahweh Hashem Yahushua and keeping His commandments. So if the Lord has mercy, and you've been doing what you were expected to do as a servant of Yahweh Hashem Yahushua, you have wisdom, you have the knowledge of this truth. Okay, you have the name of Yahweh the Father and Yahweh Shai the Son. You call upon those names, the Lord might have mercy on you and He'll deliver you. But your riches, I guarantee you, your riches are not gonna profit in the days of wrath. You're not gonna bargain with Yahweh Bashem Yahushai. Yahweh Shai doesn't care about your money. He made the money. He made gold. He made the silver. Okay, it's nothing for Him, man. You see. So again, let's go into Matthew 13:44. Again, the kingdom of heaven is like unto the treasure hid in a field, the which when a man had found, he hideth it, and for joy therefore goeth and selleth all that he had, and buyeth that field. Okay, so in a sense, it's hid. The truth is out here. It's out in the open, but it's still hid in plain sight, because The Lord, first off, the Lord has to open your eyes to understand that this is the truth, this is the way. All right. And again, you have to have that certain spirit for you to actually um grow in this truth. You can't just be stagnant. Okay, you have to grow in this truth, right? So once you find the truth, you have to apply yourself, study, watch videos, do as much as you can to get you to the point that you can now teach people. You become you come from being a babe to being a student to being a teacher. At the end of the day, we all this is our plan, because even the disciples became apostles. You see, they didn't stay disciples forever. At one point, they were apt to teach, and we have to go in this truth. You see, so yes, this truth is hid in plain sight. Okay, but once you find it, you have to sell all that you have, and that goes into all those other doctrines, all these other way of life. Okay, if you thought that a lot of brothers, when they came into the truth, they were about to go in the NBA, they were about to go in the NFL, and then decided to put a hold on that, because that would go against that would come between them and the ministry. Their career, their many people have turned down good opportunities to live comfortably in this society. They rejected that so they can suffer, and that brings back to Moses. How Moses uh let me bring it up. I believe it's give me a second, I'll bring it up. Let's see. Here we go. It says here, by faith, Hebrews 11 and 24, by faith, Moses, when he was come to years, refused to be called the son of Pharaoh's daughter, choosing rather to suffer affliction with the people of the Most High. And that's what we're doing basically. Once you're in this truth, you're turning your back on the riches, you're turning on your back on the world, choosing rather to suffer. Because once you're in this truth, you're really entering the house of mourning. You're in the house of mourning. You're not in the house of mirth. You're not in that spirit of having fun. You're not in that spirit of having fun 24/7, because you know that destruction is coming, famine is coming, those plagues are coming, you know, and you know that you're in your situation because we're in this situation because of our disobedience. We're mourning because we're seeking for mercy at the end of the day. That's why we're mourning, because we know that the Lord would be justified to destroy us at any time. We understand. It says here with he that gained understanding gained much sorrow. Roughly paraphrasing, the more you know, the more you know. You see, the more you know, the more you know that you could be, the sins that we committed in our past lives, the sins that we committed before we were in the truth, when we were in the world, the sins that we committed while we're in the truth, you know, we're justified to be destroyed, man. You see, and that is why we're in the house of sorrow. You see, and that's why, and we're suffering the affliction, because we're warring the war of the mind. We're going against the flesh. And that's affliction in itself, because the flesh itself wants to go party, it wants to be part of the world. Okay, but we know that we have to walk in the spirit and deny the flesh. We have to starve out the flesh so we can grow in the spirit, right? So it says here, verse 25, choosing rather to suffer affliction with the people of the Most High than to enjoy the pleasures of sin for a season, esteeming the reproach of Hamashiach greater riches than the treasure in Egypt, for he had respect unto the recompense of that reward. So he knew he had coming, being like I said in the video I did yesterday. Once you have being in the truth means that you have vision. You can see things far off, even if you can't see it, even if it's not physical. You can see, in a sense, we can see the future. In a sense, we understand the things that are far off. Okay, as I said before, the destruction of this place, we know that, and even the kingdom of heaven, we can see it. Is in the sense where we're being in this truth is like we already have one foot inside the door. Okay, so it says here, he esteemed the reproach of Hamashiach. So even the world hates you. The world hates Yahushua. So in the fact that you're in the fact that you're moving in that spirit of Yahushua, you're really against the world. Where you become an enemy, you become a prey to the world once you're in the truth. He that departed from evil becometh a prey, because now we're walking in the light of Yahweh Shai, and the rest of the world is in darkness. Okay, so we're adverse. We're in a different spirit than that is in the world. Okay, but the reproach of Hamashiach is greater riches than the treasure in Egypt, meaning that whatever the world has to offer, it cannot be greater than what Yahweh Shai has to offer us. You see. So back into Matthew's 19 and 16, that goes into that parable of that rich man. It says here, and behold, one came and said unto him, Good master, what good thing shall I do that I may inherit eternal life? And that's one of the gifts of following Yahushua. You will inherit eternal life. And he said unto him, Why callest thou me good? There is none good but one, and that is the Most High. But if thou wilt enter into life, keep the commandments. Okay, and again, you have to keep the commandments. One of the doctrine that the Christians push out is that the commandments are done away with. Why would Yahweh Shai tell them to keep the commandments, to enter into into life, if the commandments were to be done away with? You have to read with understanding, man. You see, you have to keep the commandments. It tells us throughout the whole commandment. And the main reason why we're in the low estate now is because we disobeyed the commandments. You see, according to the curses of Deuteronomy 25, okay, 27. Salakia. It says here, he said unto him, which Yahushua said, Thou shalt not do murder, thou shalt not commit adultery, thou shalt not steal, thou shalt not bear false witness. Honor thy father and thy mother, and thou shalt love thy neighbor as thyself. The young man said unto him, All these things have I kept from my youth up. What like I yet? Because again, you can always do better in this truth. You can always do more edifying videos. You can always study more. You can always be more. You can show more brotherly love towards your neighbors, your fellow laborers. You can always do more in this truth. There's always something that you can improve, right? So it says here, Yahweh said unto him, if thou wilt be perfect, go and sell all that thou hast. As I was pertaining to that other proverb that we were saying, that the man, when he found that goodly pearl, and he sold all that he had so he can buy that field. Okay, and that's the same thing that we have to do in this truth. Okay, and it says here, sell all that thou hast and give to the poor. And that meaning, once you have this truth, you have to go out in the highways and byways. You learn to the point that you can teach. You learn that to the point that you can become a teacher yourself, and you go out and push forth the word. You have to push forth that vibration. You got to go in the highways and byways, because it says, wisdom cry out in the streets. And we are the voice of wisdom. We are the voice of Yahweh Hashem Yahushai. On this earth, we're the ones that shine the light on the earth. Because as it says, we are the city on top of a mount, on top of the hill that cannot be hid. We have to push forth this word so we can gather up the flock of Yahweh Hashem Yahushai. You see, and that goes into Salakia. To keep going, it says here, give to the poor, and thou shalt have treasure in heaven. Come and follow me. But when the young man heard that saying, he went away sorrowful, and he had great possessions. So the possessions that he had, the riches that he had, blinded him from not being able to see that Yahweh Shai was the way. Yahweh Shai is that godly pearl that you have to sell everything that you have to obtain. In a sense, you have to be able to read between the lines sometimes, man. Because Yahweh Shai, there's no problem for you to have money. Okay, there's no problem with having. It doesn't mean, if you're rich, it doesn't mean that you're wicked. Okay, Solomon was rich. Okay, Job was rich. Okay, riches doesn't mean that you're wicked. Okay, but the fact is, you can't let those riches blind you from following Yahweh Shai. Okay, and that's the problem that happened unto that guy. He said, I keep the commandments from my youth up. But Yahweh Shai told him, if you want to be perfect, if you want to go level up, if you want to level up, what you have to do is sell what you have. Forget everything that you learned and become a babe. Become a babe unto me, and follow me, because I will show you the way. Okay, because whatever you've learned, that's not the correct way to salvation. Right? The Lord was trying to steer him in the right direction, but then what did he do? He turned around and went the other way. He remained in the in the rough path. You know, some people, they don't want to hear the truth because they don't want to change. They don't want to accept that they have to change, right? They like as it says, they like smooth things. You know, this guy probably wanted to tell him, he was probably expecting Yahushua to tell him, no, you got it. You keep the commandments from a youth up, yeah, you got it. Don't worry about it. You got it. You have a spot reserved for you in heaven. But no, man, the Lord wants a humble and contrite spirit. Okay, that's the sacrifice unto the Lord, man. You see, it's not about your money. It's not about what you have. It's about what you do for His namesake, for the name of Yahweh Hashem Yahushai. What are you doing for the time that He gave you, that He gave you on this life? Are you pushing forth His word? Are you doing His will? Are you doing Are you doing your own thing? You see. So it says here. Um, So that's why a lot of people, man, at the end of the day, they're gonna be more they're gonna be sorrowful. There's gonna be gnashing of teeth. There's gonna be weeping because these people, they're gonna realize at the end of the day that they were going off. You know, they were doing the right thing. They weren't doing what it was expected of by our master Yahweh Bashem Yahushai. It says here, Matthew 13:45, again, the kingdom of heaven is like unto a merchant man seeking goodly pearls, who, when he found one pearl of great price, went and sold all that he had and bought it. Again, you have to sell all that you have, all those philosophies that you have. Some people, they were Muslims. Some people, they were Catholics. Some people, they were atheists before coming into this truth. But after finding this pearl, this one goodly pearl, that one doctrine, they sold out all the old ways. That goes into killing the old man. You're becoming a new creature in Yahweh Shai. Okay? You're becoming a new creature in Yahweh Shai, and you're following him. Okay? That's what it means to be a part of the house of David, to be one body in Yahweh Shai. As I was saying yesterday, so you don't have to be a member of GMS to push forth the doctrine of GMS. Because it's really not the doctrine of GMS, it's really the doctrine of Yahweh Shai. It's the doctrine of Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shai. It's his words. We're just out there pushing for his word. And again, he could choose any. If we weren't doing it, it would be the next person that the Lord would put the spirit in it to do it. So we have to praise Yahweh Shemi Yashai to have made us privy to this information, because not everyone in the world, even if they hear it, will acknowledge that this is the truth and will actually go out of their way to be a part of the ministry. You see. So you have to thank the Lord that He chose us out of the world. Okay? It says here in Proverbs 8:10, receive my instructions and not silver, and knowledge rather than choice gold. For wisdom is better than rubies, and all things that may be desired are not to be compared to it. Those rappers, they have a flashy lifestyle. They have all these women, they have all these cars, they have a big house and all that. But this is not even compared to you can be living in someone's basement. But if you have the truth, you're way better than those that are in the world. You're way better than Bill Gates. You're way better than Elon Musk. Just for having this wisdom, that puts you in a class apart from the rest of the world. Because the Lord has made you, like I said before, the Lord has made you privy to this information. And this information can lead you into life, can lead you into salvation. Okay? Because having a doctor's degree is not going to lead you to salvation. Having $10,000 in your bank account is not going to lead you to salvation when the missiles come. Okay, when Yahushua is here with his legion of angels, that's not going to deliver you. You're not going to go bargain with the Most High, with Yahushua when it's time for judgment. He doesn't want to hear anything. Yeah, he's coming with the sword, and if you're not a part of his army, you're gonna be destroyed. Okay. So again, riches are not to be to compare to wisdom. You see, wisdom is above man. Wisdom is spiritual. Okay, wisdom is not to be desired. Is not to be compared to anything that's in the world, man. All that is in the world is vanity. It's vanity and it's corrupted because it's gonna be destroyed anyways. You see, wisdom is immortal. Wisdom is eternal. Okay, and through wisdom you can obtain salvation. Through wisdom you can obtain a kingdom. Okay, it says here, wisdom and knowledge shall be the stability of thy time, and strength of salvation. The fear of the Lord is his treasure. Okay, the wisdom and knowledge shall be the stability of that time. So if you don't even have that, the wisdom of the word, you're gonna be like a frantic. You're gonna be like a headless chicken running around looking for answers, but you won't have it. As I read it before yesterday, I was telling there's gonna be a point where people are gonna go seat to sea. They're gonna be traveling, going in left and right. You see, they're gonna go roam. They're gonna be roaming like Satan. From east to from east to west to north to south, looking for answers. You see, it says here in Sirach 25:10, "Oh, how great is he that findeth wisdom! Yet there is none above him that fear the Lord." Okay, so if you have wisdom, and you keep the law, the law, statutes, and commandments to the best of your abilities, you have the proper doctrine, man. There's because ultimately we're all one in Yahushai. Okay, of course, there's certain levels of people that are in the truth. In someone that just stepped in the truth, that has been in the truth for 1 year, is not going to compare to someone that's been in the truth for 10 years or 20 years or more. There's levels. But again, compared to the people that are in the world, these people, they cannot compare to you, man. They don't have the answers. The only thing that they can base themselves off is science. It's on what they can see. But us, we're moving in a different level. We're moving in a different plane. We're moving in the spiritual. You see, as it says, to the spiritual man, all is spiritual. We see things from a different lens. Okay, because we know that anything that is good or bad, we know that it comes from the Most High. We know that the Most High is the one that signs off of anything that happens. If it's a tsunami, if it's a famine, if it's a murder or whatever, the Lord is the one that sent the decree to allow it to happen. We know from where the decision came from, that is what he's called the Most High. He is the highest, and nothing is above him. You see. So it says here in Proverbs 38 and Proverbs 8:35. For whoso findeth me findeth life. That goes into wisdom. If you find wisdom, you find life, and shall obtain favor of the Lord. Okay, and that favor is salvation. When the time comes that the Lord comes and destroyed this place, when He destroys America, America, aka Babylon the Great, mystery Babylon. When the Lord comes and destroy this place, you will obtain mercy, and you can obtain salvation. Okay. And so therefore it says here in Revelation 3:11, "Behold, I come quickly, hold fast which thou hast." And that's that knowledge, that's that wisdom, that's that understanding of the scriptures. Hold fast that no man take thy crown, not even yourself. Because I was telling the brother, I was telling him on a phone call, I was telling one of the brothers, um, you yourself, you're your worst enemy in this truth. Because you can't control other people, but you can control yourself. And like I said, we're fighting a mental war. We're fighting the flesh is fighting against the spirit. The two against the other. And because now we're in the spirit, we don't want to please the flesh. We really want to starve out the flesh. It's like we're fighting ourselves. You know, it's like we're literally fighting ourselves each and every day. As soon as you wake up, you're in a fight against yourself. You're fighting that spirit of slothfulness. You're fighting that lust demons. You're fighting these other doctrines. You're in the middle of and that is what Salakia. That's what you call spiritual warfare. We become spiritual warriors once we decide to take the mental. We take to carry our cross. We become spiritual warriors. Okay, and that walk is really to test us. We have to go through that fire, so we can become accepted unto the Most High, because He wants to know. Because as you say, if you were to join the army, before you actually go to war, you have to go through the drill. You have to go to that period where you're trained, where you go to that harsh conditions. You go through harsh conditions. So when you're in a war zone, your mentality, you're ready to face whatever happens. And that's exactly what the Lord is doing to us through His chastisement, and through His through the spiritual warfare that we're going through, man. You see. So again, without wisdom, you're gonna fold. Without wisdom, you're not gonna be stable in the times to come, right? So seek wisdom. Pray for the Lord to increase you in wisdom, right? So that's always something that I pray for. I pray for the Lord to give me wisdom, knowledge, and understanding. Okay. so I can maneuver in the times to come, that I always move in the spirit rather than in the flesh, so that I can do the right decisions, right? So that being said, I hope this lesson was edifying. Seek wisdom, forget, sell all that has, because that's the most important. Forgetting the other doctrine and focusing on the truth, because the truth leadeth into salvation. The truth, the words of Yahweh Hashem Yahshua can lead you into salvation. Nothing else, man. Okay. So that being said, I pray this lesson was edifying. I'd like to give all honor, praises, and glory unto Yahweh, Bahashem Yahushai, Bahashem Kodash. Double honors to my teachers, the elders, apostles, and bishop of Great Millstone, teaching and ruling well. Salutation to the hopeful elect, my fellow laborers who are pushing forth the word and keeping the law, statutes, and commandments to the best of their ability. Right? Until next lesson, Shalom, DTA Baba Kwam Yashala, soon. Shalom.